Today I'm going to talk about gauges. The first thing you need to know about gauges is that what you wear in your ears, your stretched ears, are not gauges. Those are plugs or eyelets. The word gauge is a unit of measurement. It refers to how many millimeters your jewelry is. In America, we use the gauge system, which I believe is the same system that they use for wires. A certain gauge is assigned to a specific number of millimeters. For example, a piece of zero gauge jewelry is 8 millimeters. Actually, technically, it might be something like 7.4. I'm not really sure. I always just round up because it's easier to keep track that way. The gauges go up to 00. Sometimes people like to talk about 000. I personally have never seen a piece of jewelry that was labeled 000, and if there is, it must be something that a specific company made up, unless I'm totally ignorant to the 000, because I've never seen a 000 piece of jewelry before, ever. This is something that I got from Buddy Art Forums. Unfortunately, my MacBook is reversing it right now. I'm sorry about that. It's a handy dandy gauge card, and you get it free with every order you place ever. But they have all of the gauges listed on here. They start at 20 gauge and they go up to 00 gauge right here, everything in between. And they also tell you the corresponding number of millimeters with each gauge. So let's see, 0 gauge, oh, it is exactly 8 millimeters. After 10 millimeters, they start going into fractions of an inch in the US. So 7/16 is 11 millimeters, and so on. With our newfound information about millimeters and gauges, we can now understand why these things that you wear in your ears are not called gauges. If you put it in different terms, it's like telling somebody that they have sweet millimeters or asking somebody how big their inches are. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not that these words are interchangeable and some people just like plugs or stretched ears or stretching more than they like gauges. It's simply that gauges is an incorrect term for the jewelry that you wear in your ears. It is also an incorrect term for the action of stretching your ears. Gauges, while technically is a verb, is not a verb in this context. When gauge is a verb, it's like measuring, like gauging the distance between, point A and point B. It's a verb technically, and it can be used as an action word, but it's not the same action as stretching your ears. Frankly, and not to offend anyone, but I don't understand why this would even be a confusion, because I'm pretty sure every single person is capable of looking up the word gauge and gauges in the dictionary and seeing what the definition of gauge as a verb is. You might be thinking to yourself, but my piercer says gauges and he's a piercer. There are two reasons why a piercer would use the word gauges to refer to stretched ears. The first reason is that the piercer has accepted that this term is widely used among young people and doesn't want their clients to think that they're being condescending. The second reason is that they are completely unknowledgeable, and you should never let them within 10 miles of your body with a piercing needle. Also, I would like to point out that this is a tool. It is a tool and it is not jewelry. I don't know why anyone would ever wear this as jewelry, but it is a tool. Please stop wearing it in your ears like jewelry because it looks dumb.